So welcome back for a new video interview. This time we have Ángel from California, right?
Yes,
So how are you, Ángel?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Ángel, what's your disability or diagnosis?
Well, my diagnosis is I got cerebral palsy 17 days after I was born, because the reason why I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy is because I was a premature baby and I didn't get enough oxygen to my brain 17 days after I was born. So due to that fact, they had me in the incubator for 6 months.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Do you deal with a little bit some chronic pain or something that it's related to your disability?
And well, sometimes I get like when it's really cold, I get like muscle pains, or what is called muscle spasms. That's what I get. I get muscle spasms on my legs.
Depending on the weather station.
Depending on the weather, but it's mostly when it's cold.
Yeah, it happens to me as well, depending on how's the weather and how's the climate change.
Yeah, so a lot of people think that my disability is from birth, but it's not really from birth. It's just, like I said, I was a premature baby, so I didn't get enough oxygen to the brain. So 17 days after I was born, they realized that something was going on.
Okay, so that'll be an misconception that people has about your disability.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about my disability, especially when people don't know. They just wanna assume.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Do you use any mobility aids? I mean, like a wheelchair, like walker, like crutches?
Yeah, I work with 2 crutches. Yeah, I use crutches as my aid for me to move around. But I'm very independent. I go everywhere I want to go. You know, I walk as far as I want. So if I wouldn't have these crutches, I probably would just either be in a wheelchair or I would just be stuck at home, not able to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on how much mobility you have, depending on the station you are, on the state you are, depending on the day and what happens, right?
But I like walking with crutches better than a wheelchair, because crutches is a lot easier for me to move around and do the things that I need to do.
Yeah, as I said, it depends on what you like and how do you feel comfortable.
Well, I feel fine. I mean, even though I have my disability, I go everywhere I want to go. I do everything I want to do. So I feel normal. I mean, I don't let my disability stop me from what I want to do.
That's great. What are some of the struggles you face on a daily basis that are related to your disability? With this, I mean physically, mentally, could be with by environment, whatever you wanna
No,
tell me.
no, I don't think anything. I don't let anybody kind of like put me down, or I don't let my physical disability stop me from doing what I want to do. I just live day by day as I go. And I think I'm doing pretty good because I don't let my disability get in the way. And sometimes it's hard because people be staring at me because of the way I walk, and because of my disability I drag my feet, so people think it's kind of funny sometimes, or people that are not familiar with this kind of disabilities, they just can help to stare. But I don't let that bother me. I just keep on living every day as I go. And I've been doing this for 30 something years. So I'm used to it. I'm very
Yeah,
independent. I'm very independent. I'm able to get on buses, public transportation. I'm able to cars. I'm doing pretty good.
and that's great. You have, I think you have adapted, you have been adapting to your disability really well. So
Yes, I already adapted to my disability very well. And I already accept the fact that this disability is going to be with me on my daily basis, and basically I'm going to die with this disability. So I adapt very well, and I'm just living day by day, like I said, and I'm okay with this disability. I mean, it's a part of me. It's not gonna go away. So I just deal with it to the best of my ability. I already accept the fact that this disability is part of me for the rest of my life.
yeah,
At the beginning, I was having a little bit of trouble understanding it, accepting it, but as I go along, it's part of me, so I'm okay with it.
yeah, because it's not a disability. Even though you got it since you were little, you didn't born with it. So you got it.
I
Um,
think I think I think it's a little bit easier for me to cope with it and to accept the fact that I have this disability because I wasn't really born with it. So, I think it would have been a little bit harder for me if I would have been born with it. It would have been a little bit harder to understand, but I'm okay with it. I consider myself normal, like a normal person, like a
yeah,
regular person. Yeah.
and that's great. Some people accept they have different moments of when
I think
disability.
I think one of the greatest facts that helped me cope with my disability and helped me accept it was growing up in the United States. Coming to the United States with this disability, it helped me a lot because people here are more understanding and more accepting of people with disabilities compared to Guatemala. That's where I was born. In Guatemala, it would have been more difficult because people don't understand disabilities. People don't accept people with disabilities. But being in the United States and growing up over here in the United States, that was a big fact. So over here, they accept people with disabilities more than anybody anywhere else in in America, or you know.
Yeah, it depends in what country, and that you actually ate some of one of my questions, because the next question I had for you, it's how do you think society treats people with disability?
Um, like I said, depending on where you at, that's how that's how they treat you. But people have been more understanding and more accepting of people with disabilities. But I think we still got a long way to go
Yeah,
about disabilities, and I think it's up to us, people who are dealing with disabilities. I think it's up to us to teach people what disabilities are about, and it's up to us to let people know that just because we have a disability doesn't make us bad, or doesn't make us like we are a place. But it has gotten a lot better than what it used to be, but we still got a long way to go.
yeah, I really think so. We still have a long way to go. What's one thing people can learn and benefit from disabled people, from people with disability?
Well, one thing that I think people can benefit from people with disabilities is that people with disabilities like myself, and anybody else with a disability, I feel that we have to work twice or three times more than normal people would do, because we have to prove ourselves. Everything we do, we have to prove ourselves, and we have to prove to people who don't have a disability. We have to prove ourselves that we can do things just like normal people could do. And when I say we have to work 2 or 3 times more, it's because they think that because we have a disability, we're like inferior, and we cannot do anything. So we have to prove to them and to ourselves that we could do things. And I could be a perfect example of that, because I've been living with this disability for a lot of years, and every day that I wake up, I have to prove myself from the morning to the night. And I have to prove myself, and I have to prove to everybody else that I have to work 3 or 4 times more harder. But when you do that, it makes you stronger, and it makes you cope and to be proud of yourself more, of that disability that you have, whatever disability it might be. But basically, you don't have to prove to nobody else. Basically, you have to prove to yourself, because you're the one with that disability. So you have to prove to yourself and say, well, I have this disability, but I ain't gonna let this disability get in my way today. At least that's how I think every day.
That's really good. But yeah, depending on the mentality and their state of mind of each people. So it really depends on the society, and it depends on us to change that perspective.
Yeah, I think people with disabilities, we already changed a lot of perspectives, but we still, at least 50% of perspectives we already prove to people, and that's why people already accept us with any kind of disabilities that we might have. But like I said, I think we still got a long way to go, but we will get there.
If you could tell your younger self something with the knowledge that you have now, what will it be?
I would tell my younger self that we will have to start our life all over again. If I could go back to when I was young, I would do everything so much different than what I did. But one thing that I would tell my younger self is to never give up, to never get sad, and to just keep. One thing that I would do if I was able to go back to my younger self, I would start my life all over again, and I would do it so much different. And another thing that I would tell my younger self is that my younger self could do whatever my younger self could put his mind to. And I would tell my younger self to never give up and to just pursue his dreams.
That's a great advice. Well, thank you for letting me interview you. And is there anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, I thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this interview. And the only thing that I can tell to people with disabilities is that we just gotta keep on going day by day, never give up, pursue our dreams, and it's gonna get harder. But the harder it gets, the more we gotta tell ourselves that we could do it. So the main thing is for us to never give up.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much again. And thank you for watching this video. And if you like it, give it a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if there's any social media that Angel lets us to put in the comment section, we'll put it on. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.